Welcome, blessed souls. It must be the season of the witch. With gratitude and blessings, Spirit, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Thank you for blessing this space and ourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All you have to do is say, I accept this cleansing of my aura, my energy field, of all that which no longer serves me. Whatever words you want to use, all you have to do, literally all you have to do is accept it and it'll come. Beautiful soul family. This altar was so special to me because you are my family, my Ohana, right? We are witches, we are healers, and we are deep down believers in magic and miracles and mayhem, and we understand this circle of life. Right now, a lot of us are stuck inside our muggle. So it's only fitting that the seasons of the witch, the Samhain Oracle, has blessed us with their presence today for our third quarter moon reading. In the moon phases, it's the 7th phase, and it's all about transition and forgiveness. So as we sit here today, ask yourself, what do you need to transition out of? What are you transitioning into? What do you need to forgive? Whom do you need to forgive? Yourself? Others? Have you been a little hard on yourself or others? Look at how it's lightening up. That's just spirit. I didn't touch anything. I didn't do anything. It's been really dreary and dark, and I thought, man, this is the energy I am feeling right now. All day I have been like going through it, bitching, moaning, complaining, letting my muggle, my third dimensional energy drag me down. Because we only can rise above for so long and then we feel like we're falling apart, right? But it just means that we're falling together. That's what falling apart means. And I just felt all the energies of the ancestors and the witches and the spirits and our guardians and all those who watch out for us are here. And before I started this, I connected with the earth medicine, with the Sandalphon energy, the Archangel Sandalphon energy, the crystalline grid, Gaia. And I thought that I had neglected to connect with above, as above, so below, but I'm here to bring you in and we can do it together. So thank you for the earth energy. Thank you to the north. Isn't it interesting? Thank you, Spirit. Because Uriel is earth, pentacles, the north. Yet, isn't it interesting how south is the earth to our feet, right? Because if we're standing vertical, north is above us and south is below our feet. But also, south is a representation of fire, protection, Archangel Michael. On the east, air. We have healing, Archangel Raphael. Green, the heart chakra. And across from him, or them, on the west, is Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel. Of the west, of water, of cleansing, of communication. So whatever it is that you need right now to let go of and forgive, take the time now to do that. My eyes have been closed, so I don't know what you're seeing or feeling. Maybe your eyes have been closed too. You can keep them closed, you can keep them open. Today we are in that very winding down energy. I can feel it. And where I live, it went from 75 to like 53. And those big dips, those big drops, and those time, right? We're in transition, whether you're in spring or fall, northern or southern hemisphere. We are all in transition. This is a transitional phase in the seasons. Winter is winter, summer is summer. And you can have all of the, during each season, all of the seasons can show up. I have this really great video that I found on my phone the other day. I uploaded. I'll have to post at some point. And it was snowing in May. I lived in the Mount Rainier Valley. It was snowing in May, So, and it actually snowed one time in May when I lived in Chicago. So I had been away from Chicago for many, 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 many moons. And I moved back and I thought, oh, May, it'll be nice. Yeah, it was snowing. So you never know. And that's what transition is all about. The not knowing, the uncomfortable energy, right? Transition is not easy. However, we can make light of it. And every time a dark shadow runs you over, you deal with it, you work through it, then you let it go. And already today, it's halfway through the day, and I've been on a roller coaster. And my whole life, my family and friends were like, my bosses, teachers, you're bipolar, you need to be on medication, you need to stay, you're up, you're down, you're down. I'm like, yeah, now I know I'm just an empath, a light worker. I'm an energy magnet. I feel what others are feeling. I'm a telepath. If people are open, I hear their thoughts. Some are beautiful and wonderful, some are not so great. And that can be difficult. So if you live in, if you found yourself here, you are welcome here. Welcome to this beautiful soul family. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you for coming back. We needed this soothing hug from Spirit today, from our witches, from our fairies, our guides, the unicorns, the dragons, the gnomes, the inner earth, the outer earth, the galaxies. And as above, we thank Metatron and the archangels and all those who watch out for us. The 9, thank you. The galactic healing energies, I ask that you heal all of us from the inside out and the outside in. Thank you for balancing and clearing our chakras of that no longer serve us. And we say thank you with grace and gratitude. We forgive you. We forgive ourselves. We're not perfect. It's tough here right now. We are all warriors. We are all soldiers of Spirit. All of us. Every being that's on this planet right now is a motherfucking warrior. This is not easy here right now. We must be kind and gentle to ourselves, to our circulatory systems. We must take care of ourselves. Put the oxygen mask on first. That doesn't make you selfish. It actually makes you a hero. We've just been programmed to think otherwise. And right now we're in the transition of really pushing out that gooky, icky, muggle, third-dimensional control, using us as slaves, pitting us against each other, our race, our gender, our sex, who we fuck. It's nobody's business. This is every country, everywhere on this planet. Beings vying for control of Earth. We're here to set it straight. We're here to put it right. You're not alone in this fight. Spirit has our back. No fear. And when the fear seeps in, you turn around and you look at it and say, go away before a house falls on you too. And you channel Glinda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz. And if you haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, that is your homework, to watch the real Wizard of Oz, the original one. There's been wonderful remakes and other visions, and that's beautiful. But the original one, there is a lot going on there. A lot going on there. From beginning to end, from black and white to color to technicolor. So my beautiful fairies and my witches and my dragons and my warriors, my spirit warriors, light workers, thank you for being here, you beautiful healers, you deep down believers in magic and miracles. Without us, this world would be taken over, and it would be dark, and it would be like the worst hell on earth anyone could imagine. But instead we're here. But we got to take care of ourselves. We can't let the outside forces push us and prod us into doing things that don't feel good for us. This is our time. We were all brought here for a reason. Every one of us has a part to play in the show, even the bad guy. So forgive the quote-unquote bad guy, because you have also been the bad guy, quote-unquote bad girl, the villain. We have all played the villain in someone's story, even if we don't know it. You could just be going about your day and you're listening to your jams and you're driving in your car and you're having your favorite little drink and it's just a beautiful day, whatever's beautiful to you, whether it's raining and you love the splash, whether it's the sunshine, whatever it is, you're going about your day, right? But what you don't realize is maybe you accidentally go through a mud puddle, but you're jamming to your tune, and for that split second you closed your eyes while you're dancing in the car and you didn't even notice that you got mud all over someone. You didn't even notice it. You didn't know anything about it. Oh, you were definitely their villain for the rest of this day. You know what I mean? You were an asshole, you clueless fucker, whatever they called you, angry. Maybe they go into an interview and they're like, are you fucking kidding me? But at the same time, maybe that happened because they weren't supposed to go to that job. You know what I mean? But until they get to that level of consciousness, we still have to be aware of everything we do and we say. And the witches are here to tell us that. And as the veil grows thinner and thinner and thinner, today is October 17th, 2022 in real time. We are just days away from Samhain to when the veil is at its thinnest. And if my phone allows, and depending on what's going on, I'm going to try and do something live. We'll see what happens. If not, no worries. When it's time, it'll happen. But in the meantime, you guys, I want you just to remember that by forgiving ourselves and each other, that's where the true healing lies. So today, okay, I just looked down, it was 12:09, so that's our 12:09. Oh, and I looked down, it was 12:13, which is my birthday. But I was going to say 12:09 is also the number 12, which is the number 3. And I always around this time of year, I see 3s, 13, number 12. So what numbers do you see around this time? Okay, you guys, without further ado, we are going to read from this deck, The Seasons of the Witch. You know what's fun for me when I watch these back, and I know that my eyes are closed, I always like to see if any fairies came through. So if anything came through, you guys saw any flickers, if your eyes were open, it's okay if they weren't, but if your eyes were open, let us know, like, what did you see? What did you see? What did you see? Okay, Spirit. So we are connecting with the third quarter moon energy. We are in the transition and forgiveness phase, the number 7, which is the 7th moon cycle. So maybe the number 7 will mean something to you. Ooh, when I look down, 1307 and then 1310. Okay, so this is all happening really quickly. So we've had a Grandma Rose come in here before. They were having me look at the front and I was like, what? I was looking and then I saw illustrated by Giada Rose. So if that means anything to anybody, but we've had Grandma Rose come in before, 1333. I want to say my friend Jules, or one of our tribe members, I don't know if she watches these anymore. I'll have to send this one to her. But I feel like she has a Grandma Rose that's passed on. But anyway, I feel like, doesn't everybody have a Grandma Rose, like one of those? But she's here to speak with us. Very strong feminine energy. Ooh, and the first card. Oh, you guys, you know what's so great about this? Is if you watched our last reading for the tribe, we spoke with the spirit animals and the bat came through. Yeah. And then we still have that pick a reading that's coming through that had the bat and 2 others. Spirit's going to have me turn it around too, so you won't know which one it was. I'll put a link below to that episode. It was really good because I was going on and all the stuff about the bat came through. So all I can tell you is make sure you subscribe, because when that reading comes through, I don't know when it's going to be. It could be a month from now. I thought it was going to be attached to, I don't know. They're keeping me blind as a bat, pun intended, for a reason. So I don't know if they're going to tie it into something. My whole body just got the chills, but just stay tuned for that. It'll be with the spirit animal deck, and I'll even put a little thing on there like, this is it. This is the pick a reading, or maybe it'll be the next pick a reading. Who knows? Doesn't matter. So the bat has been coming to us a lot is basically what I'm trying to say. And it's still going to be coming for us in the Pika reading when we speak with the native spirit deck. This one says, invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Okay. So if you're feeling any type of fear, any, you know, and I even want to kind of zoom in on that a little bit because look at that. I mean, they just look so forlorn. I feel like I want to go down a bit. Will you let me? Okay. There's just, it's interesting to me, this whole thing, because actually right behind here is like light, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is the light that's behind you, but it's almost as if you can't see it right now. And it's because, and this is for all of us, right? Like we're all going through different forms of transition at the moment. And so what's happening right here is we feel like we are alone. I hear that. You know what I mean? I feel like from the, what's that movie where she's like in the background, she's like, I feel that, I hear that. And that I feel that so hard myself. I'm right there with you. Like I know they're here. They're always here. And I know that. Number 6. Work with the number 6 as well. If you're called to it, I'll put it in for an angel number. We pulled up behind a car the other day and I forgot what the license plate was. It was really cool. And then it was like 666. And I was like, nice, dude. I'm like, because 666 is a beautiful number. It's a blessed number. And it's also the number 18, and 8 and 1 is 9, which again, a lot of us are in that place where we're almost there. And almost is going to be different for all of us. Almost could be a day from now, a month from now, a year from now. But even a year is closer than you realize, right? But in that year, like maybe you have to go through a lot of different transitions before you actually get to where you want to be. You know, like in my fantasy world, I'm going to be in my house on Samhain and do a live thing with you guys in my house and all tricked out and everything. But in theory, in reality, that's 2 weeks from now. And the way everything's looking right now, I don't know. Miracles happen every day. So I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. You know, but I don't know what's going to happen. But at the same time, most likely it'll be next year. I'll probably do some event here. You know what I mean? And it's okay. Because right now we're meant to be a little blind like a bat. We're not meant to see everything right up front. We're still walking through the shadow. A lot of us are still going through different levels of the shadow and darkness. You know, when I was putting this together, I was so drawn to like record it in black and white. And they were like, oh no, don't. They're like, we love the fall colors. They're like, don't take the fall colors away, you know, but we can bring it down a little bit. Ooh, 1754. So I'm going to read from the book because I love this book. I love this whole series. It's so amazing. And this was another, I think this was Anna, I believe you gifted me with this, gifted the tribe with this deck. Okay, so the key words are psychic development and hidden realms. And I'm going to read it again. Invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Yeah, and I feel like for some of you guys, like change is about to happen. It's also on page 50, which 5 is like the most significant number of change and transformation, right? If you go from 1 to 10 and use that as a scale, it's like smack dab in the middle, right? So also interesting that we have 5 here, 6 on the card, and this it's the moon cycle is 7. So I feel like spirit's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Whenever they draw me to the numerology like that and numbers like that, it means something. Also, 7 and 6 is 13 and 5 and 6 is 11. So it's like you got the angels and the goddess divine all around you. 13 is the number of the goddess. It is far from being unlucky. It is actually lucky, which is why they've had us fear it. Isn't that fucked up? I mean, it is, but it's like when you look at certain things, like it is, but it isn't. It's like, look, consider the source. You know what I mean? Okay, so many people believe bats to be blind, but they quote unquote see using their ears to attune to vibrations and sense things. Your intuition can see beyond your eyesight, picking up on things the rational mind can sometimes miss. There has been a wonderful movement in the world to deepen intuition. Intuition isn't just about saying, my spirit guides told me to do this. I say that too. We all do. I'm saying that in a loving, teasing way. It's about genuinely trusting that inner voice to guide you in the dark. You need space to go to the dark place so that you can put your inner knowing to the test. Doing your work is not about staying away from dark thoughts or bad feelings. It's about knowing how to pull yourself out of the darkness when you get there. Exactly what they said to us at the beginning, right? Like, it's okay to be there and work with that. I was really angry about something earlier, and there's been something that's been going on around me a lot lately. And I let things go, let things go, let things go until they get to a point, and then I'm just like, it's almost like I said to my husband today, I'm like, my triple Sag like comes out and is like, come on, enough. And then, like, if it's like even further, it's like my moon and Scorpio stinger like comes around and is like, I will fuck you up, like, seriously, stop. And I don't want to have to go there. But this time of year, I swear it's when it comes out more, because people don't realize that their thoughts and their words have power. So if somebody's even thinking of me and they're really open, intuitively, I instantly know it. Like, if you're thinking about me, good, better, and indifferent, if I'm open and I'm working through channels with spirit, I will feel it, or it will come to me and kind of knock at my door. And sometimes I'm just like, 2115, by the way, just came through. And sometimes I'm in dark like this, and I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out, man. Like, I can't deal with you. And then other stuff, it's like, my Southside Chicago Kelly comes out. But then on the light side of it, like when I come out, I'm just like, oh, I'm like, oh, dude, I love you. I know you're going through a tough time. I was there, but I'm human, so I go to the darkness too. We all do. It's natural, you know? It's natural. It's physical. What's that Wham song? Din, 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 din. Sex is natural, sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should. I'm gonna look that song up because we all need to like do a little dance to that song, because we all need that kind of, release. And also stimulation has been coming up a lot lately. So masturbation has been coming up a lot lately. There's no shame in masturbation. It's beautiful. We all have our own relationship with sex. It's actually, masturbation saved me from, rape and abuse and horrible things that I had dealt with in my life. If it wasn't for masturbation, I probably wouldn't have found my sexual prowess, and I'm still working on it. It's like, it's probably something, that I'll always work with, to go to multiple levels, because I wasn't just raped or tortured sexually in this lifetime. It's happened to me in other lifetimes too. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It really doesn't, I can tell you from personal experience, from many men that I know, that, you think men can't be raped. Yes, they can. That's like such a ridiculous thing. Of course they can. And you don't have to be straight, gay, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. We've all had things and people who've trespassed against us. And so we need to find that inner healing. And to work with that, a lot of times we're pent up sexually. Have a sexual date with yourself. Get yourself a nice outfit if you need to, some music, smoke a little green, have a glass of wine, whatever you need to do, until you can get past the shame or guilt or fear or anything but joy and pleasure. Because we would not be able to masturbate if we were not meant to. Is it healthy to do it all the time? No. Everything is in moderation, but it's healthy for us to release that energy, especially this time of year. It's okay to get a little carnal, you know what I mean? Like, get a little witchy with it. Want to dance around naked outside. This is because we're connecting, and the closer we get and the thinner that the veil gets, the more we connect to our carnal, like our desires. And there's nothing wrong with having desires. We came here to do something. We have a purpose. So it's going to take a while for us to transition out of these mental thoughts, these patterns, these places, these people, these things. I have certain people that come for me all the time, and I have to push them back with love and grace and say, I love you, but you are not allowed to come into my orbit. And I send you back with love. The darkness, the demons. How many darkness and demon energy experiences have we created just by ourselves? Do you know how many times people have said they wanted me to come and exercise their home, do some work, and I go there and it's always the same. okay, I'll take it back. They're not always the same. But the underlying underbelly that usually happens is that the demon that it starts with is usually created by the person who's in the house, who lives in the house, owns the house, runs the house. It's their own darkness, their own demons, because they're very powerful, and we can do that. But people don't want to believe that. We always want to put the blame off on somebody else. But 25, 23. But, when we look at everything as a whole, we have to take responsibility for what we put back out into the universe. So those bats flying around them are just like to show us, like, thank you, bats. Bats are representing, like, imagine if these were like gargoyle demon bats. You know what I mean? And they're like, and they're controlling your energy field. It's all darkness around you, so you can't see the light, right? It's your duty to see the bats as cute little furry fuzzy creatures and not the darkness, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know where I'm going with that? It's like the horror movies that we watch. I saw something recently. If I can find it, I'll always look in the description box below. There's always fun little things there. To expand our knowledge, and also, if you would like to gift the tribe or myself anything, or if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you can email me at themagicalmedium@gmail.com. But Jamie Lee Curtis gave this interview, and it was so amazing, and she spoke about how what she loved, like, she's like, Laurie Strode will always be a part of me. She's like, I was a young woman when, I became her. And it's just like, it was just really cool. It was a really great interview. She's so amazing. I think she's a little weird for some people, but I think she's amazing. She's passionate and beautiful and talented and over the top, but that's what makes her her. That's what makes her so magnificent. And I just felt this power come from her when she spoke about horror movies and how they help give us a release, an energy release that we need. It's like orgasmic, right? It helps us to see ourselves from a different light, from a different perspective. The whole world, everything is a different perspective, right? Because imagine if you just saw this. You just saw bat and 6. What would you think? I'm going to give you genuinely, just like, what would you think? Now you see this image. What would be your instant thought? I'm going to share with you mine, 2743. Before I woke up, so to speak, I've always been this, but before I woke up and remembered exactly who I was, I would have seen this imagery. I would have thought 6. My mind would have been to 666, the devil, darkness. I would have thought of Ozzy Osbourne ripping a bat's head off, which was an accident, by the way. He didn't mean to really do that. I also see like this kind of like rainbow. There's like this rainbow coming in right here with the colors. I would be like, oh, it kind of reminds me of like a reverse Wizard of Oz. Like she's coming out of the Technicolor and into the darkness, right? Because look at how illuminated. This is a real pumpkin, but look at how orange it is and like this kind of colorful. And then over here, it's like there's even some more, let me see if I can get in here. There's more color coming from the light right here, hitting the leaf. But then if you pan out, you get a different perspective. 28, 48, and if you pan out even more, and pan out even more, you get the whole picture. And then you see it as beautiful. We still got that Libra in there, that air energy. The feathers wanted to come in today. The red energy, protection. All these beautiful stones and crystals, these representations of Earth, just wanted to share their time with us today, to remind us how powerful we are, how gifted we are, to take it slow, to not go by other people. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Work with your throat chakra. Okay, so I'm going to read this again. Your intuition can see beyond your eyesight, picking up on things the rational mind can sometimes miss. There's been a wonderful movement in the world to deepen intuition. Intuition isn't just about saying, My spirit guides told me to. It's about genuinely trusting that inner voice to guide you in the dark, in the darkness, in the shadow. You need space to go to the dark places so that you can put your inner knowing to the test, to face your fears. Doing your work is not about staying away from dark thoughts or bad feelings. It's about knowing how to pull yourself out of the darkness when you get there. It is about being able to walk through the dark without losing your light. You are being guided to tap into the hidden realms of your subconscious when the bat comes flying into your reading. It's time to peek into the dark caves and spaces. It's time for you to dig into your spirituality, facing the good, the bad, and the ugly. The bat advises you to stop trying and just start allowing. 3057. Allow your intuition to guide you. Allow yourself to feel energy moving through you and your surroundings. Feel for the vibrations you come into contact with and let that be your guide. Slow down. Genuinely doing spiritual work isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it requires you to get deep and ugly, but above all, it requires you to be honest. Honesty means going into the dark rooms where you have tried to hide. No more hiding. 3139. Okay, do we have any more messages, Spirit? I think that's it, you guys. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's enough for us to take in. That's enough for now. 3151. Oh, I just got the chills. That's enough for now. Hold on. I'm downloading something. Grandma Rose has something to say. Okay, so the other thing that really helped me today was connecting through meditation. So your mission, should you choose to accept it from Grandma Rose, is engage your mind, body, and soul through meditation. I will put a link below in the description box. Look for it there. It's called Mountain. It's a great little 10-minute meditation. I really enjoyed it. There was one right after that called Twilight that I also enjoyed. I'll put those 2 meditations there for you. And you can just work with your higher self. You can just ask Spirit to clear your mind completely, to just kind of recharge and reboot. You can connect with your Grandma Rose or this Grandma Rose, or connect with Spirit in any way that you like. And if you're not sure which forgiveness or the transition, what that energy is for you, if nothing has come through, ask for it to come through in that meditation. And I promise you, Spirit will absolutely, positively deliver, as long as you're open. And remember, you have to say that you're open. You must accept, them to come in. They will not just intercede unless you ask them to. Why do you think so many people, like when they're about to have an accident or something happens, they're like, help me God, right? They know that that's the languaging that person is using to be like, oh shit, I'm in trouble, help me, right? So help me Goddess, help me Spirit, whatever languaging works for you. We have an apophyllite there, a pyrite, and this one I never remember what it is. So if you know what it is, feel free to list below. And I'm not sure exactly what's in that beaded necklace either, but this is a red coral up above, if you'd like to work with that as well. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves and each other. And I believe that we will all have further messages from the bat as we get closer to the veil getting thinner. I love you so much. Blessed be.